Wow, this
Adil,
this is a whole different time zone pod. Um, Jesus.
it's 1 a.m. your time.
Yeah, it's late, man. I've been on weird hours, so I'm kind of used to this weird shit because I'm doing meetings and stuff. So I don't know. Asia is like 12 hours or so from Canada, Calgary. So it's kind of like the worst possible time zone to live in Vietnam. It's like the worst hours for working, you know, a regular schedule in Western time zones.
Yeah, I did a lot of Asia, actually a lot of Japan and Singapore with my company, so I know the feeling. You basically start your day at 6, which is like 9 a.m. for them, and then you go all night if you have to.
Yeah, it's kind of whack, but I don't know. I don't like doing that. So I just try to do an occasional meeting if it works, but I don't know, whatever. It's kind of been fun. I'm kind of on a quasi half vacation, kind of throwing some like fun work in every now and again. So yeah.
Where are you right now?
Ooh, I'm on my paradise island. I'm in a little Vietnamese island called Phu Quoc, and I'm by that. I think I sent you a picture. I'm on that beach that I love, and I've been on the
You,
same
you
beach.
sent me a pic that said you sent me a pic that said perfect beach. For a pleb like me, it just looked like a normal beach, and I was like, guess it's
Yeah,
perfect.
it is perfect. Okay, so I tried to show you that it was perfect in the picture because you can tell in the picture it's that white sand walkout beach. But then I also took a picture of myself in a selfie with the palm trees above me. But if you see the distance, you know,
Did I
from
see that?
that distance from me to the beach, I'm literally steps from the water, right? So I can go for a swim, but I'm also chilling under a palm tree. And that's rare as fuck. And then not just that, I'm also only a 5 minute walk to my boutique hotel. It's it's epic. It's the
I'm
best
I'm looking
view.
at your picture right now, and that's not obvious.
Yeah. Like there's no seaweed in that beach. It's kid
Right.
friendly, but it's also not a packed beach. There's not, 500 people on it. There's a handful, which is what you want, you know. It's a perfect beach.
And from afar, it looks like your dad has a MAGA hat on.
It says Canada actually. But yes,
Uh,
yes, one and the same at the moment. Hey, it's election day, isn't it? Holy fuck. Um,
it is. I didn't end up voting, so I haven't done my due diligence.
I didn't end up voting either because I was leaving the country at the time, and I've done some due diligence. Um, what are we supposed to talk about today? I feel like you've got a lot going on in your life. Um,
Man,
what?
it's 8 p.m. right now. I have been working 12-hour days, give or take. Some days better, but some days worse for the last 2 weeks. Uh, Basically, through a series of wild events and dramatics, which I would say I'm still not fully comfortable talking on camera, but I mean, it's somewhat public, is I basically became one of two managing directors of our German office at my geothermal startup. And that's been crazy, dude. I've been working a lot. It's kind of like when we first started, similar types of hours. So, but it's good to know that I can still do it. Sometimes you need to have that test to be like, man, can I still put in like a 60-hour work week pace? The only downside is like you skip out on your health things and you eventually start to eat like shit because like you have no time. So like I just ate ramen 2 days in a row, but I can just tell there's like so much salt in it. And then
Wow.
as we talked about earlier, do you drink a beer to get rid of the stress? But it's ultimately bad. That's non-alc though, right? Yeah.
Non-alc. I haven't had a beer in 2 years, with the exception of I had some beer flights at a brewery. I don't consider that breaking the rule, you know? So, and I'm okay with non-alcs. Non-alcs are for the win right now. But
I'm not still.
I had a great old-fashioned earlier, so I'm feeling great. I feel great. My mom had a fucking Mai Tai.
Oh,
Oh man, cocktails are great here.
so you're not sober. You're just not drinking beer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I didn't quit alcohol. I'm not a quitter. I just,
Oh, got it. Okay, I see.
I just don't. Beer makes you bloated and be fatter, and I just don't want to be fat and bloated.
But
So whiskey for the win.
the 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 girl I'm dating now, though, she's brought out like I've come to realize that I need the safety drink. So if you ever see me in photos, there's always a drink in my hand. And I think for me, that's like how the comfort, like
Oh,
that's like when I'm public speaking, you stand behind the podium. I just have like the drink in my hand. I need to have the
I,
safety drink or the safety coffee, or
oh,
ideally two, and I feel double safe. So
double safe.
there's a concept of the safety drink now, which it's been true all along, but I've never actually put a label on it until like 3 months ago.
I love safety
And when my
drinks.
hands are empty, when my hands are empty, I'm like, fuck, I need a safety drink. Like I need to go get a drink right
Oh
now,
God.
whether
Okay.
that be like a coffee, a flat white, or a beer, or an old fashioned, or a wine.
Okay. So, I have a smoking problem. I don't know if you know this or not. Um, I haven't.
Vaping or cigarettes?
Okay. Well, I've smoked cigarettes on and off since I was 18, right? I don't know if you know that, but very few though. For as far as smokers go, I'm pretty a non-smoker smoker, right? Like when I'm at the doctor's office and they're like that, there's a form. Like I'm just like no, mostly no. I think not a smoker, but because I only have you know I used to only have like 12 cigarettes in a year, but I haven't had a cigarette in a year and a half with the exception of this week where I had two cigarettes with Vietnamese people because I have a
Your
safety
parents
cigarette.
know?
Yeah, I think my mom knows I rarely smoke, but I don't know why I need a safety smoke when I talk to Vietnamese people or Asians in weird circumstances because it just really helps me. It's really hard to explain, but the guy I had a cigarette with was the guy who I rented a motorcycle from for 10 days. And I really needed him. He's having a cigarette sitting in front of me, and he looks like fucking mafia style because he just dropped off my motorcycle. And he's evaluating to see if am I going to trash his motorcycle? Am I a piece of shit tourist? Am I going to steal his motorcycle? Am I going to
So you're a
scratch it?
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
he's judging me, right?
And you're like, hey man, from one smoker to another, we cool.
Exactly. So I needed to calm my nerves first of all because I rented a Vietnamese 150cc Honda Winner with 6 gears because that's not what people rent, right? That's a Vietnamese motorcycle. I didn't rent a fucking piece of shit scooter, okay? I rented a real Vietnamese motorcycle, and I need to convince this guy that like I know what I'm doing. So I take his scooter, his motorcycle around the block, you know, to show him that I know how to ride. And I park back in front of him, and he's just chill with his cigarette, watching me to figure out, what kind of guy I am, right? We do the walk around, right? And then I realize, okay, I need to calm the fuck down and ask him some questions, but I can't speak Vietnamese. So I sit in front of him, I ask for a cigarette, he offers me one. Okay, great. I have a few pops. I think about it, and I go, okay, hey, where's your shop located? Because I don't know what to do if there's a problem, like, hey, what's your Zalo, that's the WhatsApp in Vietnam. Like I need this on your phone. He's like, hey, my phone's dead. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give you a charger so you can fucking charge your phone so you can fucking send me this detail. And then the final thing I realized that cigarette really helped me is I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot to check where the gas tank is. So I went over to check the gas tank. I was like, I don't know how to open, the seat or whatever. Because I'm trying it on the key and it's not working. And I'm like, hey dude, how do you open the seat? And he's like, I don't fucking know. He comes up to it, he's like, it's stuck. What the fuck? And I'm like, oh, great. I don't even know this. I don't know where the seat is. I'm gonna go chill for a bit, on the table again. And then he calls his buddy over, and they realize there's another keyhole on the side of the bike, and it takes them like 5 minutes to figure that out. It's so fucking easy. But regardless, that cigarette helped me calm down and also feel connected somewhat. But I'm hoping I don't need it in the future.
Yeah, I mean it's a lubricant. I mean that's how people meet each other is outside smoking or drinking. Yeah, I mean I don't think we're blowing anyone's minds right now.
Yeah. I guess Asia still has smoking culture, and we have way
Oh,
less
dude, so
smoking
does
culture.
Germany.
Oh,
Yeah, lots of people still smoke here.
oh, I didn't know that.
Girls and men, women and men. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel like Vancouver really beats smoking culture, and Calgary has very little. It's all vapes now.
Those Vancouver hippies, who gives a fuck what they think?
Like the federal election, a little bit. I mean, a little bit. Might go a little
I don't
blue
know.
there, a little bit, a little bit.
You think Vancouver will go blue?
Fuck no. Some of BC might go a little blue, which is weird.
Oh, most of BC is blue,
What?
isn't they? Aren't they?
Is it most of
I mean, most of
BC
BC is
NDP?
rural. Well, most of BC is like rural cousin fucking rednecks in the middle of interior. Like aside from Vancouver, there's no other big city. They're just mountain people. They're
Nobody
just
lives.
as redneck as
Nobody
Alberta.
lives there. Nobody lives there. Do they get a lot of seats?
Yeah,
I don't know how many seats they
I
get.
don't know.
I don't
Also, I
know.
don't care.
Yes, you don't care.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so this is a weird aside. But I want to hear more about your shit actually. Um. But I'm gonna do it anyways. I just hacked a website together in 2 hours because I was bored. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I fucking did it. And I just finished like 5 minutes ago. Do you want to see it?
Okay. The website,
Yes. Go to your phone and go to loonybets.ca.
loonybets.ca. LOONIE,
Yes, yes, yes,
like the coin.
yes. And we'll see if it's even live because I literally
Nice.
put it live 5 minutes ago. Um, this doesn't really work, by the way. Um, so I've always liked enjoying betting on politics, and I try to like bet my friends just for fun, like you, to see if something will win or whatever.
Uh,
Um,
this is classic Adil because you've misspelled Berkshire
of
and you
course I did.
put the Stanley Cup champion 2024,
Ah,
which is
Jesus.
last year's.
I gotta fix that. Like,
That's
oh,
about the
guys.
level I expect.
Of course. Well, it was a 2 hour hack, by the way. I hacked this in 2 fucking hours flat. I'm
Pretty good.
with a new Next.js. Fuck, I'm stoked that I can build a website that doesn't look like shit in 2 hours. And it's and then when you try to click a button, it doesn't really let you gamble, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
Can anyone just stand up a gambling website in Canada, or do you need to be like
Oh, you,
registered or
oh,
something?
you got to be registered to do gambling. You have to have a gambling license for sure. This is not
Mhm.
like, but I, this wasn't. This is a joke website that I tried to make just because I wanted to see if I can make it. But I kind of try to use like a levels philosophy of just shipping it, like try to just make shit. Not maybe always for
Yeah.
profitability, but I think with coding you have to keep your tools sharp, and if your tools get rusty, you literally get aced out of coding. So you kind of got to do it. I don't know. Is that what it's like in other industries? I don't even know.
I think that's true just for your brain in general.
True, definitely true.
Use it or lose it. Your body naturally wants to decay, I think. Like
Yeah.
your muscles, right? If you don't, if you don't, like if you go to space or you lay in bed for like 6 months, you'll have like no quads.
That's totally true. Yeah,
Body's weird. It,
space. That's a good point. If you go to space for 6 months, you are like messed up, right?
you basically have to go to rehab and like learn how to walk again,
Totally.
essentially. Yeah.
Yep. No, I think that's definitely true. Um, huh.
All right. So you rented a motorcycle now. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, I'm on the island for 10 days. I just rented it for 10 days. Yeah, it's just really useful to do errands and I don't know, not feel trapped on a. I don't like being trapped at a resort. I don't like being trapped at one place. I want to be able to like go see the locals and like do my laundry on my own time and like I don't know, not rely
Bro,
on
I don't
people.
think I don't think anyone's doubting that you're living the dream.
Oh,
You're like fucking 38 on an island renting motorbikes, do whatever you want. Meanwhile, like even me, I've got like probably one of the most flexible white collar jobs in the world and still like slaving away at my desk. So I don't know who's doing things right or wrong.
Okay, well, I
Some days
mean,
I'm like, should I be the bottle picker? Jesus, like that guy at least is living
you're the
their
complete
best
opposite of a
life.
bottle picker right now, buddy. Oh, oh man. I mean, I have so many bottle picker stories. Um, yeah, I know it appears like I'm living the life, but I mean, also I'm here because I brought my parents this island because I love this island so much. I figured I wanted them to try it out. And they're a handful, to be honest. They're getting older. But you know what?
How long's it been now? 2 weeks with them?
Um, I dropped them off to my sisters in Ho Chi Minh. I'm making sound like kids right now. I dropped them off my sisters in Ho Chi Minh for 2 days. I got them there, and then I went to China for a week. I came back, a couple more nights, and then we flew to this island, and we've been on this island for 6 nights now. This is the sixth
Okay,
night.
so you basically seen them for like a week.
Yeah, a little more than a week. Yeah, you got it. But I've been on the island with them, only them. My sister's coming tomorrow to the island with her kids and her husband. So it'll be seven of us at a resort
That's
because
pretty cool.
the resort's better for kids, right? Like you want to be, and it's right next door. Like I'm at a boutique hotel right now. Across the street is the resort, and the resort, I don't know, 6 swimming pools, same beachfront. But yeah,
Dude, that's pretty sick too, man. Like to just be able to spend that much time with your immediate family at this juncture of life is actually pretty cool.
yeah. I mean, I still hustling, man. Like I, I still had a bunch of meetings while I've been here. I've just gotten way better at working remote and filling in 5 minutes of time to do meetings. Like I force my meetings to be really quick. So I did a quick hour at my with Dave Cree. I don't know, an hour ago, and oh, I'm still doing shit, man. And you still have to do it, but so it's not always the dream. It's just sometimes it
I
appears
started
that way.
calling people. I
Hmm?
started calling people from the car now. It's like honestly, I gotta maximize every
Oh,
minute.
you do, yeah,
Calling people when I'm like on the move.
yeah, yeah.
And
Wow.
I've also found that calling makes way more sense now. Like you might as well get the answer in 30 seconds than passively wait for an email. And so I think I need to actually start biasing myself to like 80% calling when I need something instead of emailing.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
just call, pick up the phone and call. Um, I would say also, um, I sometimes forget that I'm the managing director now, and I forget like you're the boss of a lot of people, and people will actually, if I'm like, hey, move your calendar, I want to meet you. I don't think I could have said that before, but I can now. Can sort of use my powers more wisely. But it's been 2 weeks of putting out fires, and but it's kind of it's a cool story, I think. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but being a manager sucks. Um, you have to manage and do all the stuff that I don't know, managing people
It's all
who
people
aren't.
stuff.
Yeah, it's all people stuff. And people, if you have to manage people who aren't self-propelled, is the word I used to use. They're just more work. You know.
I
Um.
think sometimes people, you have to decide whose problems matter because they all come to you with their problems, and you're like, no, that's not a problem. That sucks. Don't worry about that. Like you have to like triage which problems actually matter. So you have to be like a good judgment of which problems need to be solved. Then decide if you can solve them or if someone else can solve them and maybe they do it better and sometimes they do it worse, but you have to be like that's good enough. But I
Yeah.
I want to follow the Elon Musk way, right? He basically goes in, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna solve the biggest problem the company has this week. And as long as I do that, uh, and every week figure out what the biggest problem is of the week and do that, the company pretty much has to improve, right? Like you don't need to have a plan per se. Just
Oh yeah.
like, hey, if I
Oh
always make the best choice whenever I have a choice, I just make the best choice. I don't need to know what the end goal is, I should
Yep.
be okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is exactly what you should be doing. Is lowest hanging fruit theory, right? Um, and
Yeah.
completely agree. Uh, then you should also maybe don't be unhealthy about it. Like, don't let your health sacrifice. You could only,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You are almost as important as your company. You should make sure you're good too, because if you're, peak Chris, you know, you're also efficient. So realize you don't. I got fat fucking being blockchain Adil, but so don't listen to me actually, but now I'm not fat because I got out of fucking being blockchain Adil. I finally put it
And
to
you
bed.
stop drinking beers.
Yeah, I mean,
But also Fat Chain of Dill has a cool ring to it.
it's a rapper name right there.
Fat Chain of Dill. More like Fat Chains of Dill. And then you gotta like rock like your gold Cuban links,
Ooh,
you
I
know.
like that. I like that. I got it now. Yep, yep. Fat shades Adil. Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah.
I like the freedom of not being a manager anymore. Is feels fucking great. So I'm free right now in the sense that like nobody
Dude.
reports to me and like I'm not
That's why
responsible for
my
people.
old life that's why my old life was so much better. Like 3 weeks ago,
Oh
I was
god.
a manager with zero reports. And like but now I'm like a real manager. Like it's a lot. I I've I've never had as full of a calendar than I have in the last 2 weeks, where like literally every problem in the business is yours. And like there's actually this is like a significant business with significant turnover, right? Like there's 40 people working. Like I'm not the boss of all of them. There's people in between. But then I also realized there's a level, there's a meta level where I've been a manager, we've hired people to work for us, but managing managers is also different, right? Because those people have people, and I've never done that before.
Totally. Managing different levels of people for sure. Yeah. I haven't done
So
a
it's
lot of
managing
actually.
people who are good enough to be managers, right? So you have to meta level one of them to be like, well, I know how being a manager is like. I now need to manage the people who are managing. That
Totally.
being said, man, I've never been more intellectually stimulated. Like it's so new and like everything is like cutting edge for my brain that I'm actually like kind of into it versus just like being a project manager. It's like, oh man, every day I'm like absorbing some new situation and just like relying on myself to like figure out what the best thing to do is. So definitely like settling in beyond the imposter syndrome, which I still kind of have. But for example, man, like tomorrow I'm gonna go to the Canadian consulate and speak for an hour there,
Wow.
which uh there's yeah, we want the managing director to come talk and it would have been the old guy, but now it's me. Luckily I'm a good public speaker. And actually the thing I need to work is I haven't made the presentation yet. It's
You
an
got to
8:30
do that
event.
after the pod. Of course you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean,
actually
we can
I
work
just
on
didn't
it
have
where.
time. I had 8 hours of meetings today. I couldn't produce any content today.
Hey, do you want some managing tips? I can give you my secrets if you want them.
I don't need them right now. I think this is still we're still in firefighting mode, right?
Ah, okay, okay.
Like the upheaval that created this in the first place, it hasn't settled back down, and so I don't need to look at my first 2 weeks and be like, this is unsustainable because that's really not where things are going to settle out. But
That makes sense.
there's parts where you just need to brute force sprint it,
Oh,
right?
I totally
And
brute
I
force
think
sprinted
that's
it.
right now.
Ah, that's what it is. Nice. It sounds like you got a good handle on it. Man, I have so many
Yeah, I had a
stories
good
for you.
weekend too, man.
Oh, you did? What'd you do?
Uh, felt young. My friend turned 30
Ooh, okay.
and she threw a big party and it was pretty sweet. I love that I can still roll with them
Nice.
and have no hangovers. And then yesterday, we had the marathon in our city, like the Dusseldorf
Ooh,
Marathon, and the route was in front of my house because I basically live like in like basically Kensington, right? Like there's a ramen shop that I came from that's essentially attached to my condo. Anyway, the marathon route was right in front of my house, and there was like DJs and a street party because it's basically the Kensington equivalent of like the leg. So just like day raved all day and drank a bottle of white wine. It was good. So I actually had a good weekend, but I think the weekdays are straight hellish, you know.
Oh,
But the
wow.
weekends are good for now. For now,
That's good. Keep. It sounds like you've been having so much fun in Germany. To be honest, I,
bro. It's
you're.
been almost a year. I moved June 1st. I moved June 1st last year. I can't believe it's already been 11 months.
Yeah. Wow. It's been
And
a
like
year.
I'm half done, right? Like if I didn't take this job because I think I'm gonna re-up my contract for longer because I can't just do this for a year. There's not enough business continuity. But
Totally.
if I accept it, I'll just do 3 more years, I
Yeah.
think.
Of course. That makes sense. Um,
But man, time goes by. Feels like I'm just settling in.
can I tell you my big adventure I went on yesterday? Um,
Yeah, you sound like you're very eager to, so let's
oh, I
go.
so badly want to. I think you're gonna be impressed with me, buddy. I think you might, but maybe not. Maybe not. Um, I took an 8 hour sailing course yesterday, 9 hour sailing course.
Okay.
Um,
How big of a boat?
yeah, you know more about boats than me. Uh, the boat was a 15-foot mast boat, and I think it's a 16 footer. A double hull catamaran. Um, yeah,
It's only 16 feet long.
yeah,
So it's little.
little boat, little sailing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know that much about sailing, to be honest. I've never sailed before.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done much research about sailing ever. The only thing I know about sailing is that you went sailing with Perry once, and that sailing sounds cool. That's it. That's all I got. But
I also
I,
sailed on the Glenmore Reservoir with my phys ed class from time to time.
you told me that, so I didn't get to do that as a kid, and all I know you told me about sailing, and one of my old mentors built a sailboat and sailed it from Vancouver down to like Mexico or something. Built a sailboat in
That's
his
hard.
backyard. And he always inspired me, and I was like, okay, people sail. What's the sailing thing? Um, and then I did that windsurfing last time I went to Vietnam with a, sorry, windsurfing, yeah, with a kite, right? So similar, right? So when I imagined sailing, I was imagining like sport or racing sailing is what I'm imagining, but I don't know. I don't know what sailing is. So I was hoping, or I thought it was gonna be like racing sailing, but I don't know. Um, this was more like learn to sail. So I have one instructor, one on one, and I learned a ton. It was great. Um,
That's cool, man. I love sailing.
yeah, figured you did. Yes, I mean I don't know that much, and I think I'm still a noob. But um, what was really fun for me was, first of all, just this is the only sailing school on the island, pretty much on the North Shore. There's no sailboats on the island. This is the only dude, and he's been sailing for 40 years. He's Parisian. He moved to this island 6 years ago, and he's got a great story. And it was just fun sailing with him, to be honest. And we had just had a magical day. Um, the wind wasn't that great, to be honest. It was like 9 knots in the morning, and then we got to 0 knots as we sailed around the island. Um, we stopped for lunch, drank 3 cocktails, got drunk while we waited for the wind to pick up at this beautiful spot called Munn's restaurant on the northwest corner of Phu Quoc, which is a hidden expat joint, by the way, only for like the pro star expats. Um, but wow, wind picks up, and then we'll get back on your sailboat. We got to sail home. We sailed all the way over here. We got to fucking get back today, right? And it was
Sure.
awesome. We went to a little island, a tiny, tiny island, one of those like rock enclave thingies, right? We snorkeled out there, just me and him. Saw some fishies. The coral isn't that amazing.
If you didn't tell me that you were at sailing, it sounded like you just went on a date with a guy.
I did. I did go on a date with a dude. He's like 4 years older than me. It
It
was
was
great.
magical.
It
He's
was
French.
magical.
We went snorkeling.
Oh God. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then, of course, fuck, we got to get back by sunset. Sunset's at like fucking 6 o'clock, and we're like, oh fuck, the wind is pretty terrible. And he's just like stressing. He's not stressing. He's like I want to get home, and he's just like fuck this wind, right? Like it's just the feeling of sailing, right? We don't have a board, we don't have a motor, but we have two shitty paddles, which we used a little bit to get us to the beach before it was totally dark. We got to move the boat up, right? Like this is what I
Yeah.
liked about this one was that I learned everything. And I love learning everything. I want to learn how to put the boat in the water. I want to learn, the stupid little pieces of wood that you put on the ramp so the trailer works. And like, I want to learn everything because my dream is to own a sailboat. I need to learn these stupid things. So I learned them on the first try.
Well, you should learn to sail because if you had a sailboat you can live on, that boat doesn't come out of the water very frequently. So I think it's more so learning the how sailing even works, like tacking and all that, what the different sails do, and uh, and then that's always the same no matter the size of the boat.
True that. Yeah. I
So
mean,
that's cool, man.
wait, wasn't it your dream that we were supposed to buy a sailboat? This is on your list. Fuck. You told me you wanted to own a
It was, but I
sailboat.
think it's off my list.
Wait,
Yeah, I
but
know.
it's off your list now? Oh no, come on, buddy.
I mean, I watched like sailing vlogs because like it's still interesting. Um, but I think it's farther down on my list. It's like that coffee shop entrepreneur. It's like romantic to think about, but I don't think I would actually do it.
Oh.
Yeah,
See, I think you should. I think, damn, damn.
because sailing is just like camping, but on the water. Like the boat's just your little RV, essentially,
Totally, it is. It is. This is an RV. It's like,
right?
but wait a second. You still have like 60 years of 70 years of life left. Are you really running off
Oh,
sailing?
me?
Yeah. Come on, you can't write off sailing so easily.
I didn't say I
You
wrote it
throw
off. I guess
you
I
throw it away like it's nothing. Come on.
I would say, um, yeah, it's lower. I wouldn't say it's off because it's still pretty magical, but I don't necessarily need to like own a boat and live off grid kind of thing. Now
Oh,
that I've seen like vloggers do it, it's like less appealing to me.
so I don't need to do that. I don't
But
even
like
know if I even want to do that. I just want to go
then
on one big
like
adventure.
then I think that's like owning an RV, but you don't live in it, you know. One is van life and the other is just I have a boat. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
I don't need to like live on the boat.
Oh. So I think what do I want now that I've gone sailing once? I want to sail from Vancouver to Victoria, if that's possible. Yeah.
That's hard to do. You should get your like deep water. You gotta do all the safety stuff. You gotta learn how to like be on the radio and shit like that.
Okay,
Like
sorry, I
all
want
of that.
to take it a little harder. I want to go from Vancouver to Tofino. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, but it's still deep water crossing, right? Like the boat sinks, you're fucked kind of thing.
That's right up my alley. That sounds great. Sorry, why is sailing on that coast really hard? Is because the waves are shit and it's really deep and shit.
It's just deep water. It's just deep water sailing. Like it's you'd be making it what's called a crossing, as opposed to just staying around the beach and the continental shelf. So
Oh yeah, that makes
like
sense.
even when I sailed in the Bahamas, we never left the shelf. So like
Oh, got it.
if
Yes,
the
yes,
boat
yes.
if the boat sinks, the mast would still come out of the water, right? Whereas like if you're traveling with the boat, if the boat sinks, search and rescue will come get you, but your boat's gone.
So
They don't save the boat.
do you think you'll make a sailing crossing in your life? You will, right?
Probably not.
Oh, weird. You
It's
write
just
it
less
off.
interesting to me now.
Oh, interesting. So you won't do a sailing crossing anymore.
Not me leading it. I would cross with someone who has a blue water boat, and I know at least one guy who does. Um, but I would never do it with my boat that I own.
Huh.
I would just not. It would take too long to become experienced enough to like do it. Like I don't see myself doing that.
Interesting. It does sound hard now you explain it to me. I didn't know
It's
anything
not
about that.
hard, but you just need
Sorry, the
you
time.
need
Sorry, it's hard to dedicate the time.
Oh, that too. Like you'd want to probably practice sailing, and then the crossing itself is anywhere from 14 to 21 days, right? So
Wait, what's my hierarchy of needs list? It goes sail alone is the first one. Yeah, sail alone.
sailing alone's hard too
Yeah.
because you need to sleep and your boat
Yeah,
needs
but,
to
but
be
maybe just start off with a 3 hour, you know? Can I get to there and back? That's it.
yeah, yeah, that's easy, but like doing a crossing alone, which people do, but
Yeah,
it's
of course. Of
hard.
course. I'm just
Feels
thinking
like a
things.
young person thing.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Like uh, Greta Thunberg going across the
Did she
world.
do it?
I think she sailed from Europe to America because she was saying that, hey, you don't need planes or something. But I don't know.
Didn't someone sail her? I'd be surprised if she
Sorry,
sailed.
sorry, sorry, sorry. Somebody sailed her, but she was part of it. I don't know. Yeah, sure. It was a
What's she
veto
doing now?
against. I don't know. Probably good things for the world. I don't know. I mean, complaining about good things or doing good things. I'm not sure. A whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure. I don't really know much about her. I know she has a
Me neither.
fun face. I don't know. She's she's passionate, and passionate for somebody that young is impressive, to be honest.
Mm.
But I have no idea. No idea.
How much does a sailing thing like that cost in Vietnam? I assume it's less than learning in the first world.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see here. I paid 2.5 million Vietnamese dong, which is roughly 150 bucks
It's pretty good for 8 hours of
plus
time.
plus two taxi rides together, which was an hour away, so a million. So yeah, it was maybe like 200 and some bucks plus three cocktails. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Under 250. Yeah,
That's pretty sweet for a day, I gotta say.
yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty good. Especially because he was a great instructor. Yeah, yeah. I think that was the enjoyable part, and it was also enjoyable, to be part of his network. I think that was something interesting too. Like, um, I met his expat world a bit, you know, and I really don't like super tailored courses. Like courses that feel like you're with a group of four people, and it's like structured, and they've been doing this thing for years and years and years, kind of structure. I like it more a little more freewheeling because it's just my style, and he was a freewheeling kind of guy, and I could that was fun, and we're just gonna try to
Great.
go, yeah.
You do it again then?
If wind was good this week, I'd go again, to be honest. But the wind is shit all week. I picked the best windy day, but it wasn't that windy, to be honest. Like most people wouldn't go
Interesting.
sailing because it wasn't windy enough. But I wanted to go.
Right.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think I have a better. You know what? I've been trying to level up my skills, and I don't know why. I wanted to learn the wind, and it's a weird skill to have, but you need it for piloting too, and like I learned it from piloting. I learned it from kite surfing a bit. Just trying to improve my knowledge of the wind. And to be honest, I understand the wind way better than I did. I don't know. Do you know this rule? How do you know which direction the wind goes? I guess you must know this. I didn't know that.
I think it generally goes west to east because of the rotation of the Earth.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. No,
Have
like
I
when
have I
you're in the water, how do you figure out which direction the wind goes?
you look at the waves,
No, the direction of the waves is not the
direction of the
direction of
waves,
the wind.
then I don't know.
I think. Okay, well, my Parisian instructor taught me is that you have to like feel it on your face. Um, he said you feel it on your face. You point your face around and you figure out where the wind is, and then if you feel it on the right side of your face, move your hand, balance out the wind on both sides of your face, and you'll feel it.
Hmm.
Like his like
Sounds like a real hippie.
he's been sailing since he was two. His dad's a sailor.
Hmm.
His mom's a sailor. This is like a generation of sailors. Um, he must have like been genetically related to Napoleon, invaded some countries or something. I don't know.
Did Napoleon have a navy? I don't know.
That's just my assumption. Is that not true? I assume
Hmm.
that's true.
I'm not sure to be honest.
I mean,
I
I'm
thought he was
in.
more of a land guy.
Isn't he the guy who invaded Vietnam? I'm not sure if that's true. I'm so stupid.
Napoleon?
One of the French dudes. Okay, I don't know. It's called Saigon for a reason, right? I don't know. I don't really know this. I can tell the bread is French. Okay, it's pretty
Yeah,
Frenchy.
the British French. They brought the baguettes to the banh mi's for sure.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if it was Napoleon. Just joking here. Um, huh. Yeah.
Well, you've had a long day, man. And I think this is the latest that one of us has recorded the pod. It's kind of late for me, and I think you're 5 hours ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty late. Yeah. We don't. We can be a sleepy pod today. Not a big deal. We don't have to go too long. What are you doing this week?
Yeah.
Anything fun?
It's a short week again, actually. Um, we're kind of in that nice place. So there's like 12 stat holidays in Germany also. So it's like the same as Canada, but they're not like evenly spaced. Like in Canada, we kind of have one per month kind of thing. But in April, May, and June, there's like two per month. So we're kind of in that sweet spot. So I just did an Easter long weekend. I actually went to the Netherlands, went to The Hague,
Cool.
and went to a giant tulip farm. Basically looked at like 10 million tulips. That was pretty cool. Never seen so many fucking tulips in my life. I think it pretty much hit my lifetime quota of
Whoa.
tulip observation.
Wow.
And
Why
then,
so many tulips? Okay, keep going. Yep. Yep. Yep.
well, they like that's their jam, right? They like tulips. Um, and so yeah, this week is a short week. It's a bank holiday, so I get Thursday off. I think I got invited to just play tennis and get drunk, so I think that's the plan. Should be fun.
Hey, your season's
Played
starting,
two sets
man.
on the weekend. Yeah, I joined a
Oh, I'm
club. It's like,
jealous. I'm jealous. Nice. You joined the club.
bro,
All
bro,
clay. All
bro.
clay.
It's under 200 euros. Oh, get this with this club. It's old school.
What's
Um,
what does old school mean?
let me explain.
Sorry. Right.
Uh, first of all, it's called Dusseldorf Tennis Friends, which is an awesome name for a club. We're just a bunch of tennis friends. Then I met the guy who runs the club. He's a 35-year-old engineer, which is also hilarious. I'm like they elect a board. It's like a condo board, right? But like obviously, like you're kind of smart, you're kind of motivated, but that's not your full-time job. You just do it for the love of the game, which I think is great. Okay, the clubs here actually all have restaurants attached and people actually use them. Like I've actually eaten at this club and my friend's club multiple times already. Like, people actually like hang out and like let's have a beer after the game. And like so you spend like an hour and a half playing tennis and maybe another hour, hour and a half just chilling. So to encourage people because the restaurant is like its own business that's inside the club, right? Like it's the club is saying to someone, put your restaurant here. We'll make sure the members buy from you, and so that you can turn a profit. Like the because the club doesn't run the restaurant. You know what I mean? The club is just a tennis club,
Yep.
kind of like
Yep.
the one in Acadia, but in Acadia nobody uses it, so like the restaurant just constantly goes out of business, right? Like it's horrible.
Totally.
So what this guy did was like he's like we don't have a booking system. It's like you have to come, and if there's a free court, you can have it. But if not, then you wait. And what do people waiting do? They drink beer and they wait at the restaurant. So there's no way to book the club except to actually physically go to the club
Love it. Love
and
it.
put your name on. Everyone has a little magnet with their name on it. You just stick your name and be like, "I got next."
Ooh, I
It's like
like
it's like playing
this.
foosball at the bar, right?
Oh
You put your
man,
quarters down
foosball
there.
rules. That's amazing. Oh God,
Yeah,
I like that.
perfect for me, bro. It's 10 minutes from my work. So like I mean, it doesn't look like I'll ever be able to duck out at this rate, but like last year we were able to get out, Friday afternoon, maybe no meetings. It's like, hey, why don't we just pop over to the tennis club, play a set, have a beer, come back to work or whatever, right? So it works out great for how I like to do things as well. So So basically, it rewards proximity and people who are spontaneous. It's right up my alley. And so this club, uh, they have this concept also of trial years. I don't understand why that needs to happen, but your first season is half price, so you can see if you like the club.
Good idea.
And I already know I like it, but I only paid like 180 euros to join this club. And then, unlike Calgary, where you still have to pay by the hour and being part of the club is just the privilege to book the courts early, playing is free, if you remember. So I basically can play all year for like 200 bucks.
I like it.
But you don't have the free city courts, but man, doesn't matter.
Um, I like their booking system. I really like the encouragement to be part of a community. I think community building is so, lacking these days in certain areas. It's so like UI teched out that it's not community based. And I think that obviously has the perfect flywheel to make booking and enjoyment in the facility good. But it is it
Yeah.
is harder for introverts and just join a different club, right? Um, but I get
Well,
it.
it's the only club I think in the city that has that. Everyone else, you just book, you phone it in, right? But here it's like, no, where you come and see if the courts are free
I'm trying
and
to
you have to be here to book it.
trying to think. Is there anything else that does that? Because any other systems in Canada or Calgary that do a drop in to check system? I'm trying to think. I know there's something in my mind, but I can't think what it is right now. I guess
Really?
foosball is one. Um,
But it's not like formal, right? Like at the end of the day, this is
yeah,
still a club. It's like
totally.
run by people.
Yeah.
But I think it can happen because clay obviously is like the least expensive surface to maintain, right? So it barely
Ah,
costs them anything to have the clay.
that's why they use
Um,
clay. Eh? Huh. Just need to rake it
you
in
pay for
water.
water, I guess, to keep it wet. And yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot to maintain the clubs. But man, first time as an adult, like not living in Calgary or Canada, like man, all the trees are filled in. Like it's basically summer now. It's 23 today. Like could have played today. So it's nice to
Yeah.
have just a longer season too. Like we'll go till October probably.
Yeah. I mean,
September, October.
I think I'll start the season in a month here when I'm back. But um,
Yeah, I've already played 6 sets
wow, I gotta
outside.
catch up. Damn.
Serving well last week too. Felt good.
Nice. Well, I mean, I've been swimming every day. Trying to like enjoy island life, and it's just beach sand everywhere. Oh my God, beach sand everywhere because you just go to the beach. But it's awesome. Um, yeah, I'm trying to continue to eat healthy and stay fit so I can come back to play more tennis when I'm back. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it makes sense. I imagine Vietnam's probably good for that because you don't really see fat Vietnamese people,
It's hot.
do you?
I think it's too sweaty. Like you just have to drink a lot of water. I don't think you're as satiated. Like you don't need the food for some reason. I don't know why.
You don't realize actually also like it's just like the driving habits make people fat because you don't like
Oh yeah.
stand to like wait for the bus or like you have to take the subway, right? So here I think people are just generally tougher. I want to say they're tougher. Like people are don't bitch about the rain as much, right?
Totally. Well, people
There's a
here, I mean,
German saying which I actually
what's it
like.
saying? What's it saying?
The German saying is like there's no bad weather, just bad clothing choices, which is like tougher than Canadians say, right?
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, it's a very like pragmatic.
So wait?
So,
You were gonna say something about their kitchens. What are you talking about?
oh, just it's weird. So kitchens here, if you like rent a place, your kitchen is considered like part of your furniture. So people, you move your kitchen with you, which is everyone agrees it's fucking asinine.
Yep, I get it.
It's like your kitchen, it's made for the room that it's in. And so what Germans put up with is that every house just has a shitty kitchen for the most part because it's like people are hauling their kitchens with them and they obviously don't fit. So they just like randomly put a fridge there and it's like, and the counters don't make sense, right? Like the cupboards just kind of float in the middle of the wall. Dumbest thing ever. Um, it'd be like if you like, why did you draw the line there? It's like why don't you take your toilet with you then, right? It's and just leave the hole in the ground. No, because it's stupid. Like for as efficient as this country claims to be, and I just talked about how practical they are. It's like, can we just stop with the kitchen thing already?
So this is a Japanese thing
Like
too,
my
by
kitchen
the way.
sucks.
This is a Japanese thing as well. Um, I had a
It's so dumb. Why does that
so,
exist?
okay, so I was in outside of Osaka, whatever, like in the boonies of Osaka, for 7 months contract teaching English with Evelyn, and we rented this two-bedroom apartment, and it didn't come with a fridge. It didn't come with a fridge. What the fuck? I'm living here for 7 months. It doesn't come with a fridge. What do I fucking do? Like, I show up and there's no
At least that
fridge.
kind of makes sense, right? There's
What
like
the?
a hole, like in North America, there's like a hole for the fridge, so you know, like okay, a fridge goes there. Here, there's not even like a fridge space, right? Because you don't also have built-in cabinets. Your kitchen might as well just be another room
Yeah, yeah.
with a sink, I guess. I
So
don't
how do
even
you,
know if it comes with a sink or not.
Chris? How do you procure a fridge when you arrive to Japan and it's fucking burning hot in the summer? Like, what do you do? You know,
Okay, I go to Japan burning hot in the summer and I need a fridge. I immediately go to like the Mitsubishi store and buy a fridge.
you know.
Or you get a mini fridge to tie it over and then you find the real one you want.
Well, I mean, if you get a fancy ass fridge, well, first of all, teaching English salary, so like 7 month commitment. You got to get rid of this fridge after you buy this fridge. Like you got to think about your fridge acquiring and getting rid of situations. You also don't have a vehicle, so how do you get a vehicle even? You
Don't they
know,
deliver appliances or is that just a Canada thing too?
they deliver appliances, but it takes 3 or 4 days, and it's burning hot, and you want cold water today, right? Like what the fuck?
I would just buy cold water as I needed it from the 7 and I that's on every block.
You know what? It sounds like you have a good solution to this, but my solution was go to the pawn store and like the pawn shop, which is you know a ways away, because I couldn't rent a vehicle because they don't rent to foreigners when you're not at an airport. Because the rental agencies in fuck nowhere Japan don't see foreigners, and they're like, you need a Japanese driver's license here, guys, and you don't speak
Yeah.
Japanese. We don't fucking trust you. Go away. Like, um, So yeah, you go to the secondhand store, which exists in Japan. I didn't realize that exists, but it does, and they do have mini fridges there, or medium-sized fridges, and it worked out. But they said it takes 3 to 4 days to deliver as well. So you ask them for their dolly, and you walk 40 blocks with a fridge and carry it up two flights
You
of
dragged a
stairs.
fridge 40 blocks.
Two flights of stairs,
Then
baby.
did you then did you return the dolly after?
Yeah, of course I did. I borrowed their dolly. I brought it back. It's brutal. But I got fridge on
So you
day
walked
one.
120 blocks.
Oh yeah, well, 40 blocks twice. Well, I don't know how we got there.
No,
No, I think
can't be twice.
I took a cab there, obviously, but I couldn't take a cab with a fucking big ass fridge. God damn.
Yeah, but then yeah, that's funny, man. Would you ever go back to Japan?
Oh yeah, totally.
I feel like you've done Asia way more than Europe. You're like an
Yeah,
Asia guy.
I know. I want to try to become a Europe guy, but I don't know why. There's been a lot of reasons to go to Asia. I think when my sister's in Saudi, I'm going to go to more Saudi, so that'll be fun. I'm kind of excited for that.
Interesting. Wait, does she already know she's doing that?
Yeah, they committed to it. They're moving there in August. So,
Oh, nice. Um, that's cool, man. Then you can come here on your way there, I think.
yeah, I mean, Germany's been
Especially
on
if I'm
my
here for
list.
3 more years.
Yeah, dude, if you're there for
Yeah,
3 years, I'm going to make it. I'm going to definitely make it.
I mean, nobody really thinks of Germany as a vacation destination, not even the Germans. So, like,
Yeah, it isn't.
I don't know why. I get why. I went to the Netherlands for Easter weekend. Like everyone there speaks perfect English. The service is actually good.
Yeah.
If Air Canada was a country, it'd be Germany. Service levels. The whole country is just Air Canada. Like the Butch stewardess, Air Canada.
Yeah. Are you allowed to say these things still? Oh God. I
No, probably
guess
not. But you
nobody
need to be
watches.
incendiary to get viewers. And yeah, who's watching this?
Who's watching this? This
No
is
one.
for ourselves, obviously. Until we make
And
shorts.
a handful of my friends who already know what I'm like. So whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm not faking it. Um, I don't know. I'm enjoying the pod. I'm enjoying the pod enough to do it at 1 a.m. on vacation, slightly.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too, man. I should be working right now, but I'm like, fuck, let's record the pod. Adil seems like he was really excited to tell me about his sailing date. So
sailing date with a Parisian. Yeah, it was great.
I love that also, is it douchey that you're like, it's a Parisian? You can't just say
Yes,
like a
it's
French
douchey. Oh, I
guy.
didn't want. I would say a French
You
guy.
gotta be fucking specific.
He was Parisian. He was from Paris. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Je suis parisienne.
Okay. Here's something I realized about sailing terminology is in English it's fucking dumb. He explained this to me. The word tack is fucking dumb. They use the word tack too many times. And this always confused the fuck out of me. But in French the vocabulary makes sense for sailing, is what my instructor told me. But
Let's hear it. Why?
I mean, well, because they use the word tack in a few different ways. Like to when you're turning, you're tacking, but also you use the
Right.
word tack to talk about going up into the wind. You know, you're jibing downwind and you're tacking upwind at 45-degree angles, trying to get back up. But that's also called tacking. And then there's also like a point on the sail that's called a tack. And there's also like
Mm.
the direction of the wind touching one side of the sail is called a tack wind. So like sometimes he was saying like sometimes you're like tack 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 and it's just fucking confusing. And this is what was confusing about my kite in my wind instruction, my wind sailing course last year because I'm being taught by a Vietnamese dude. And I'm like, you're saying the word tack too much. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, you know? Like I'm just like, oh god, tack and jiving. Like, what the fuck is you saying? You know, and he's just like, oh, my English is trash. And yeah, but that's okay. Um, I was expecting because when I went windsurfing, you get thrown off the boat 20 times to learn. Like it's brutal. It's like snowboarding. Like you like fall on your ass. It sucks the first time you go windsurfing. But sailing, I didn't expect it to be so yoga-ish. You know, like you just relaxing on the sailboat some of the
Yeah,
time.
that's why it's so chill. Yeah. Let
Yeah,
the wind do the work. It's like
yeah.
horseback riding.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know. I think I want to do racing sailing. That sounds up my alley if I could ever get there, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Chaotic sailing. But
No, I think racing sailing is like a crazy science where like the whole boat is like carbon fiber and like you're probably still too fat to be a sailor on that boat. So
oh, Mr. Parisian was like 95 pounds. Oh my fucking God.
exactly. It's like a jockey. Yeah, it's power to weight.
Yeah, yeah. My fat
Yeah.
ass was fucking, unevening the hull, like for both our weights. Like, I go up here a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Fat chains a deal needs to be slim chains.
It's happening. Might happen one day. Um, dude, that's the pod, I think. Um, good luck to our new
Yeah,
prime
man.
minister tomorrow.
You think it's Mark Carney? I
Um,
think it's Mark Carney.
I think it's likely Mark Carney. Yeah, but I think a minority
I've never
government.
seen.
Wait, no
Mm,
minority? I don't know. I think it might be a minority. Yeah.
man, just a quick note though. It's like the people who only vote by color. It's like there's to me there's clearly one candidate who's really fucking qualified, and that's Mark Carney.
Well, tell us how
The
you
other
really
guy
feel
was the
there, Chris.
chairman of the Bank of Canada, Bank of England, and the other guy is Pierre Polyev. And they're like, hey, fuck the liberals, blah blah. I'm like, settle down, okay? Closer to Stephen Harper than Pierre Polyev, whatever the fuck his name is. Doesn't make any sense. But it's like People just see red and blue. I'm actually kind of glad I'm over here
Interesting.
making bank with a strong euro, you know?
Based on my slight pieces of data, I think there's a chance that conservatives get just enough seats, and if they add to the bloc, it's possible they could win. Not likely at all, but there's a 20% chance. It
Well,
might
it's
be as
1 p.m.
high.
in Calgary.
It might be as high as 35%. It's possible.
I hope it's not close because then I don't have to feel bad about not voting.
Well, your voting in Calgary wouldn't have mattered that much. I don't believe. I believe that's pretty blue, but I might be wrong. It might be
Mm,
one liberal seat in there. It might be two. I'm pretty sure it's only two.
right.
I don't think your vote matters
Yeah,
at
I
all.
don't know.
My vote didn't matter either. So,
And also, like, given that I don't want kids, I actually shouldn't even give a fuck about deficit spending. Not my problem.
wow, no, wrong way to think. So selfish. Come on. I mean, uh, I care about Canada. I think I'm still Canadian. I really love Canada. I would like to see Canada do well. Um,
Mm.
but I don't know. Oh, my parents are so stoked to be on an island right now. They keep talking about like it's back home.
What's the difference between being on an island and being told you're on an island? Like, what if, I mean, a sufficiently large island is basically like indiscernible from not being on an island. Then you're just on the coast, you know?
Uh no, it's not true. It's not the same thing, right? Okay, wait, sorry, wait. My mistake. Um, okay, a small island is better
Obviously, you're on
because
an island. Obviously, you know you're on a small island if you're on a small island, right?
I mean, you can tell it's a small
But
island
what
because
if
there's
you're
just less
on,
infrastructure, right? And you can tell it's like a
what if you're
island
in,
vibes. It's island vibes. It's
but like Montreal's an island, but who cares, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like an island because there's no beach. There's no beach vibes. There's people training over there. Like, it doesn't feel like an island. You can feel an island. Feel it. An island has. Oh, I've been hatching this mango.
Hatching it, what comes out of it?
I was gonna do this on the pod. I
What
wouldn't
is
do it.
that?
Got myself a new knife. Um, Japanese
Don't
steel, by the way.
don't
Japanese steel.
don't don't slice your hand open because we're gonna keep that clip in.
Okay, this is a nice Japanese knife that I found at a flea market in Vietnam for $2, by the way. It's
How
sharp as
nice can
fuck.
it be then?
Oh, just because it was
Well, they
two
all start
dollars
that way.
doesn't mean it wasn't a $40 knife. Okay, brand new.
How do you know it
But
doesn't say Japan on it only and it's not Japanese
motherfucker,
steel?
you can feel the steel. You can
How
you
can
can
I tell through the camera?
you can hear that sound. It's not cheap metal. Ah, just know. Okay. You can tell like the Japanese
Wait,
mark. Is that not a nice enough mark for you? I don't know.
I think
Okay,
that's racist.
so what I was gonna tell you was we were talking about coconuts, and
That's not a coconut, right?
I realized I was gonna send you a clip of this lady opening a coconut, and she does it in four fucking
Okay.
swipes beautifully. Like holy fuck! But wow, I'll see that
Oh,
later.
I thought you were gonna.
But
I thought you were gonna say with her vagina, but that's Thailand probably.
it's Tyler. My question for you is knife skills. Do you have any knife skills?
Okay,
And
I know how to hold them.
how would you open the mango if you're on the beach with a knife? Like what do you do?
You're supposed to cut the side off center, then slice squares into it, and then peel it so that the squares come out.
On what cutting board? Like what do you? You're at the beach. Like how do you open a
Your
mango?
hand.
You you go like this? Is it all gonna drip
Yeah,
everywhere?
and then you
What?
score it, and then you score it, and then you just peel it inside out and eat it.
I mean, nice try, but my buddy taught me one knife skill that I never knew, and it's a camping skill, and you cut towards yourself kind of dangerously. It's kind of weird. Use your thumb on one end of the
Oh
fucking.
yeah,
Do you know that?
that's how I do apples. Yeah.
Fuck! Nobody taught me this as a kid. I had to learn this like a year ago. What the fuck? Oh God.
I think I just watched my mom do it. That's the one thing she
Okay,
did kill.
Asians are amazing at knife skills. That's why your mom taught you knife skills. You have knife skills. I didn't have knife skills.
I can also wield a samurai blade. No, I can't. But
Um,
you believe me for like 1 second.
for a moment there, yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you put a thumb there, and it's so easy to cut something in your
There's a
hand.
lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that. Kaylee, like my first girlfriend, she always peeled mushrooms, and I still do that now from time to time when I eat them. Because you want to take all the poo layer off, and then the mushroom is mostly clean after that.
Got it. Got it. I just eat it. Yeah. Um,
Wait, you just
no,
you know they grow them in
I
poo, right?
I cook
No,
them and then I eat them. I don't know. I don't clean them that well.
you
Too
don't clean.
lazy.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it probably doesn't make a difference, to be honest.
A little bit. I don't know.
I stopped washing like my fruit, like whatever. If I get cancer, then fuck it.
Yeah, a little bit. I watch it. I watch it a little bit. Um,
But no, you're talking to a guy who I don't know. I could barely tell that was a mango or a papaya or what.
so yeah, despite we talked about this last time, this is a mango, and I've had it for about 5 days. I think it's perfect. Like I want to eat it right now, but I'll probably eat it tomorrow because it's late. But it's perfect. I've been hatching it, and sometimes you can go to the store and
We've
buy a
met.
mango and it's perfect already. But this is a special one. I can tell it'll be tasty.
This is now the mundane portion of the podcast. Yo, guys, check out this mango. I'm hatching it. It's perfect. Some start out perfect and some don't. But when I'm done with them, they all are.
Some people want
I've
intricate mango knowledge, okay, and only I have it. So, or most
Well,
perhaps
then
not.
tell us why it's so perfect. You can't
Oh
just stare
God.
at
Okay.
something and be like,
Sorry.
it's
Sorry.
good.
My apologize. Okay. You know what? There's another mango over there. I could show you a different kind of mango and teach you how mangoes work. But this one, you can tell by the color that it's got a little bit of red and green in it, and it's not just a straight yellow mango. And that's how you know that this one needed more work or something. Like if it's really
Do
green,
you sit on it?
you you don't sit on it. You don't want to bruise it. You want to keep it you know, and so like, oh God, so I knew you got to feel it a bit, and you understand that, yeah, it's ripening, and the longer you wait, it won't be as sweet, but it'll be more flavorful. It's gonna be a great mango. Um, a little bit of red would be great. This one has just a touch, but yeah. Um,
So you want a gradient. What about like firmness in the hand?
oh man, this is like based on touch. It's like steak. Yeah, you can kind of feel it. And if you feel it's starting to mushy a bit, that's how you know it's way past where you're supposed to be, and or it's bruised. You're gonna have a black spot there. Um, yeah, like it's kind of you can start to feel it just a touch where it's getting softer as time goes on, and that's when you know it's kind of the right timing. And then the worst thing is sometimes you just get a black mango inside because you got fucked because it was a bad batch. And it's what happens in Canada
Do
all the
you
time because they set them across across the world
do you
and
eat
most of them
around it
ship.
or does the whole thing just gone?
Do I eat around it? Yes, I eat around it. Oh, I eat around the core, you mean? Um, you
No,
take
no, no. The black parts.
oh, depends on how much black part. Sometimes the mango's wrecked and you just don't eat any of it. It's crap. Throw it away. You got ripped off from
Just
cheap
like when
food.
people they cut the mold off the cheese, but it's like the spores already throughout the cheese. That whole block is finished. The
Oh.
mold is just the part you see. You
So
know,
yeah,
you can't
I
cut around the mold.
I think that a little bit of black part from a bruise isn't a problem. That's not a big deal. But if there's a thorough blackness, the whole mango's fucked. It's gonna taste shitty.
What's the biological reason that fruit even bruise?
Fuck,
Like
I don't know.
they don't have blood vessels.
Good question.
We need a plant doctor.
Somebody will tell us. Um, yeah, mangoes.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you're on a perfect island. I'm glad that you're able to eat tropical fruit. I think you're Asian island expat guy deep down. I'm still
Uh,
trying to figure out what I am.
huh. Yeah, I am Asian expat island guy for sure. Only part of the
Ooh,
year, but yes.
I am getting an upgrade to my electric car though.
Mhm.
It's 1 year newer, but it's 40K top speed faster. So I'm excited to
Ooh,
take that onto the Autobahn because right now my car tops out at 162 and that's just not fast lane type of numbers.
162 is pretty slow. Yeah, a lot of one, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, I like it.
I'm pretty good at 160. I'll be interesting. Like I don't normally drive 190, but I
Wow,
want to see if I'm a 190 guy.
wow. I don't drive like that anymore because I drive my Jeep. It's slow.
But
So
would you, if it was legal, you might.
yeah, I totally would consider it. Yeah, I mean, I would love to take my
Also, every
license, do
car
the whole.
here can, every car's a BMW or Audi. Like
Yeah,
those cars do 200, like 100,
totally.
like they're the
Yeah,
same functionally.
yeah. Um, I totally would. Um, I mean, I'm loving riding my motorcycle here because, like 60 to 90 feels like fucking fast when there's Vietnamese people everywhere. Um, like there's pylons in every direction. It's pretty amazing. Um, and everybody's really qualified. You're the least qualified person there. So, the grandmother with her
That's how I
two
feel
kids,
about,
yeah, the family
that's how I feel in
on the
Germany
scooter
also.
here is a better, driver than me. Like,
With like a overflowing basket of watermelons on her head or something.
so I had a stall today in the middle of an intersection because me and this old lady slowly crept together. And I was trying to act as cool as a cucumber as possible as I like quickly restarted my bike and biked away. I didn't even look at her because she glanced over to like give me a "you're a expat, aren't you?" kind of look. And I looked at her and like, "You drive not as good for your age as most people here," kind of look. Because we both fucked up, but you know, she's 60 and I'm, you know,
I think anytime you make contact with a grandma, you lose.
but yeah, it was good
It doesn't
judging.
matter why, right?
Doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why.
But
I'm
here's
also
the thing: does this happen in Canada anymore? Someone left me a note on my car like 2 months ago saying that they thought they hit me. Like, do people
whoa.
like,
What?
and I think it's like a German politeness thing, but I literally wasted more time looking to see where they thought they hit me. I didn't see anything. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you didn't fucking hit me. So then it turned out to be a nice old lady. She's like, I think I hit you. Like, just call my insurance, whatever. Like, I don't want to deal with it. I'm like, I don't think you hit me, man. So I'm like, fuck it. But I thought the
Wow.
note was a nice gesture. I respected it. And I guess she picked a word that my German friends said only old people use that word. So they were like, oh, this is an old person who clearly thought they hit you, which I thought was also very interesting. It's like certain words. Maybe they're like, I was at the ye old shop and hit you. And they're like, oh, that's an old timer. But it was like the German version of that.
Got ya. Got ya. Wow. That's funny. And cute, but
Yeah.
funny.
Speaking of all the words saying like there's 8 ways to say tack, like German's kind of like that too. Like there's way more specific words so you know exactly what people mean. And so there are parts of German that actually work better than English. Like there's a word for something that's very specific where in English you would actually have to use many words to describe it. You know what I mean? And then in German it's just a word that means that. Like Schadenfreude or whatever, when you feel good about other people's misfortune.
Oh yes, yes, shot for yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
there's other words like that too.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was what you brought me back to was I was thinking about a note left in your car when we were in university days. I don't know if you remember that day.
Oh, dude, I still think about that from time to time. I don't know if Tudor listens to this podcast, but fuck him for that. That's actually like one reason why I fucking hate pranks, bro. They're not funny.
It's funny how. You
And
gonna tell the
and
story?
so
You gonna tell the
like
story?
basically, I've had this dream car, the Integra Type R, which I've owned for like 15 years. And I used to drive that thing to university and there's just two lots that were super close to the engineering building. And then one day I just find under my windshield wiper a note that was like clearly pulled out of like a coil notebook with all the busted holes still on the one side. And the note just said, "We're gonna get you." And I'm like, what the fuck? And I never once contemplated that it could be a prank.
Of course, why would
And
you not?
I don't know, I was just so worried for so long, and I didn't even think to ask anyone if they were punking me. And it wasn't for like, dude, it wasn't until I went to like Romania with Tutor in like 2019 that he was like, "No, that was me." And I
What?
was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't find out till way later. I don't know
No,
if it was that time, but I
no,
didn't realize it
you
was
found it out way earlier than
no,
that. We found it out that
no,
day.
but it was no, definitely not. I worried about that all through university, man. I thought it was so unfunny.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he told me way after the fact. I had no
No,
idea who did it.
what? I told you. I told you the day it
If you did,
happened.
I fucking forgot.
How did you forget this? We found out. Okay. We found out the
No, that
day.
literally traumatized. That lived rent free in my brain for a long enough time.
Okay, you forgot, man. You wow. We found out. I knew the day it happened after it happened because Tudor told me, and then I told you. Did I not tell you correctly? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe you didn't, man. I feel like anything related to my car, especially my baby at the time, cost a lot of money for like 18-year-old me.
Oh wow. I didn't realize that lived rent free in your head. I thought that was like
Oh,
solved
dude, I
two
was,
days after it
and
happened.
like it was always a car that's like even today, right? Like that thing would be fucking stolen if you left it in the same spot for like 2 days. So like, I mean, it's one of those cars that you just constantly worried about. And in fact, the only reason I would sell it is because I'm just so sick of worrying about it. You know what I mean? It's like when your possessions own you. But then every time I drive it, I'm just like, ah, fuck, I love this fucking car. But maybe it's soon. Maybe it's like trade that in and get a Porsche. But then it's also like, well, I just drove on the Autobahn. What's the point of driving a Porsche slow? That doesn't make sense either. So I think the
I,
only place I own a Porsche is here.
I wouldn't. Okay, don't get rid of it. I'll consider buying it if you're selling it, but don't get
Really?
rid of it. Um,
I've had
I'll,
people
I'll,
ask me the price I want.
okay, I'll just hold it for you, and then you can have it back
Well,
if
I'm
you want
I'm
it
holding it
back.
for me right now.
I realize, but if it's stressing you out so much,
No, it's in a super safe space right now. It's surrounded by cars worth much more than it. So
I think I need to buy a new vehicle here soon. A second vehicle that might
you
be
have
like a
nothing right
little.
now, right?
I have my Jeep. I have my Jeep, but maybe
Oh, you have
for
the Jeep. Yeah, yeah.
everyone's car is getting pretty old. Considering like a Tesla, but I don't know, like a Model 3 maybe, like an old one. I don't know.
Get a Polestar. That's what I have. They're sick.
Can I get a Polestar,
And
Calgary?
there's a dealer in Vancouver. You can just go there and get it.
Oh, okay. I'll consider that. I can't charge it in
It's
a
like if a
Tesla charger.
Tesla was good.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, I
you
didn't
can
know
actually with Polestars. But they're Volvos. Like they're nice. They're
that.
super
I
nice.
really like self driving on the Tesla though.
Mm.
It's a game changer for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're coming from a Jeep, build quality is gonna feel good. But then
I
I
mean,
would say just sit in a Polestar so you know the difference.
yeah, I'll consider the Polestar.
Or if you ever come here, I'll just take you around in my Polestar.
Yeah, I was thinking more from a functionality perspective that it's not that bad.
I think
I get all
the
my thrills on a
Tesla is
motorcycle, right? It's like I get my thrills on a
the
motorcycle.
Tesla's a toy. The Tesla's a toy that's also a car. Like the Polestar's a car first, app second, you know what I mean? Whereas Tesla feels like an app
Yeah, it's an
first.
app. It's an app for sure.
It's
You
an
know what?
app with wheels.
I gotta take it back. Maybe I won't. Um, I think actually? You think there's a chance that this cyber cab comes out?
No.
No chance, eh?
Dude, Musk fucked himself bad.
can we put this on Looney Bets right now? What percentage do you think there's a chance of a cyber cab being publicly released in the next 2.5 years? Over under?
Zero. Zero.
So then you'll bet me $10 that at 1 in 100 odds. All right. So you owe me a
So
thousand bucks
if a cab comes out in 2.5 years,
publicly
you
for
have to put a
like.
you have to put a binding contract in front of me to determine what the definition of putting out means.
Sorry. You can somebody received one. Like 100 people received them because they ordered them and then they got them. Oh, sorry. 100 cybercabs are being test are being driven. Okay, in one city you're allowed to take a cybercab. That's the definition. Sure.
In any city, you can someone in the public, like a
Yeah.
Waymo, but it's a cyber
Yes.
cab
Sorry. Yes. Waymo cybercab. 2.5 years.
in 2.5 years. So let's round up to mid 2025. So you think by 2028,
Yeah.
cyber cabs will be operating the way Waymo is now?
Correct. Yes.
I wouldn't give you 100 to 1 odds on that though.
Oh. Okay. 75 to 1
That's
odds.
that's a raw deal.
50 to 1 odds. What do you want? What the
It's
fuck do you want?
single.
Oh, now you're
Why?
saying it's more
I'm telling you it's zero. I'm gonna give you even odds.
Whoa, it's zero. You're gonna be even
That
odds.
means you can say any. I'm not even saying I'm not even putting profitability or number. I'm saying the number is zero. So you're already getting a really good deal on
Oh
the
wait,
terms.
I'm saying it's gonna happen, and you're saying it's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah, but I could say, oh, it's not going to be profitable. I just don't think he's going to get one out there at all.
Oh, that's okay. So then, and then
So why
what?
should you get odds for that? I'm already. All he has to do is
Oh,
anything for you to win.
what do you mean he has to do anything? He just has to get one city approved, right?
Yeah,
So, but
and
isn't
actually
that
have a product which he doesn't have.
yeah? So and you think it's not gonna happen, and you think
No,
you think there's so then
but I don't think I. Why am I 50 to 1 odds? That's insane, dude.
so but the 51 odds would mean there's a 2% chance of it occurring, right? Isn't that right? Did I do that wrong?
Sure.
Math wrong? Yeah, right. So if
So
there's
you
only a
also don't think. So you
well,
also don't think it's going to
I
happen, but you just want good odds.
well, I mean, if we're putting a percentage on it, it's sort of how it works. Like you have to, what percentage you think is likely to work? You're saying 0%, so I'm asking for 101 odds. But if you think it's 5%, then I'll ask for 20 to 1 odds, right?
I see.
Right? That's the math.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to win $10 from you and lose 1,000. That's asymmetric.
Well,
That's not
you're,
even interesting to me.
but you're right. It's about being right, right? See, I'm just giving you ten
That's
dollars
not
here,
for.
am I not?
I don't want your $10 though.
Oh, okay, then. Okay, I'll tell you what. I will take.
You and I are motivated by very different things. And for me being right isn't anywhere close on my priority list.
You know what? This is what I realize about getting people to bet me. They don't really want to bet me. I have to convince them to bet me with bad odds. It's terrible.
No,
Okay,
you're like Trump. You're like Trump, and Trump's like, China, we're in a trade war right now. And China's just like, no, we're not.
that's exactly what he does. Okay, so I'll give you even odds, $100. Okay, deal.
Okay,
Oh gosh, why
sure.
did I take that bet? I should ask for 3 years. All right, fucking Christ. All right, just lost $100.
Anyone
Even
who's
odds.
listening to me that knows I'm a managing director just saw my negotiation skills in effect.
Well, I knew I could not. Yeah, good job. Good job. You swindled me out of $100. All right.
I don't know if I
Um,
swindled you.
no, not at all. I swindle myself,
Um,
but
that's hilarious.
if I'm right, that's where I would win it back, right? Like it's possible it could happen.
He just has to do anything. He just has to put like a Model S on the road, but I still don't even think he'll do that.
He wants that. Not enough demand for that. But Cybercab,
Is he gonna put out a brand new car out there that's not yet made?
a cybercar? He's gonna put a
Or is he gonna
cybercar.
put one of his existing cars on there?
No, it's cybercar for sure.
I don't even know what a cybercar is. Is that a fifth model?
Oh, sorry. You don't know what a cybercar is. Fuck. What did we just bet on? A cybercar is a
Oh, I just bet on
two-seater.
messes. I just bet on Musk's inability to do that. I didn't look at the car. I
So
don't even know what it looks
a
like.
cyber car is a two-seater car that drives itself. So that it's like what's the name of that movie from Total Recall? Johnny Cab. So Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Mars and then he calls a Johnny Cab and it takes him somewhere, right?
The only thing I remember from Total Recall is the three titty
Oh,
chick.
of course, I already was three people. Okay, yeah, but yeah. So Johnny Cab is cybercar. You jump in a cybercar instead of an Uber, and the AI drives you across town.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. Yeah, but that's what Waymo's doing right now.
yeah, but they're doing it with
So
$300,000 cars, $500,000 cars, and they're slower than an Uber. So they're it just it doesn't scale right at the moment, but it might scale, and they have like problems too, a little bit, but yeah, they play very safe at Waymo. It is a
got it.
product. Um, and lidar
100 bucks,
might scale.
2028.
Yeah, 100 bucks,
He doesn't
2028.
have LiDAR. He doesn't use LiDAR.
Yeah, he'll probably use the lidar in the future, but he won't use lidar off the start.
The LiDAR is what I'm betting on though. Actually, I know a
Well,
thing or two about that.
you do? Well, I didn't know that. I think lidar is part of the solution, but you don't want to start with lidar. You want to
Which
start
he
with
doesn't
sensor.
have. He's using optics.
Well, he started using lidar the first one of the first Teslas, but he uses optics because that's the AI problem. I think you want to use optics. That's how you want to learn. You want to learn like our eyes learn. You want to learn based on binocular vision because that's a good framework for how to learn. And it's very common and everywhere, and you have tons of data, and that's how you should learn.
I
But
disagree because I think LiDAR is more like X-ray vision, which is better than vision.
um, but lidar has uh, error faults. You know, like when a bee flies across you, like you have too many error
You think you're
faults.
about to get hit by a Mack truck because the bees.
Yeah, like there's too many problems with lidar in the sense that when you program with lidar, it's too error faulty. So what you need to do is you need to program the AI with optics, and then you got to use lidar as a backup emergency system. But you have to program the optics as the central nervous system. You want to use the heat sensor to detect a fucking oven.
I think we've accidentally gone into a technical talk when really I actually think so many people are pissed off at Musk that no city will just ever
Oh
approve
yeah,
one of
yeah,
his
yeah.
products to
I I
drive.
I think it's not going to happen either. But I think it's possible it could happen. It's possible. It's possible. Also, I want to live
Yeah.
in this world where
Well,
it's a little more enjoyable.
you do. It's called Waymo in Austin.
It does exist.
That world is existing now.
It is. It
It
is.
just
Yeah.
doesn't have the word Tesla on it.
I tried to get on the Waymo list in LA actually, and it wasn't. They didn't let me because you are like restricted or whatever. I don't know. But
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how public it is there. I know there is Waymos. Um,
There's three now, three cities with Waymos.
yeah,
They just added a third city. I don't know which one.
yeah. Wonder if it's
I
public or
think it's
not yet.
Austin, San Francisco, and one
Uh,
more. Maybe it's LA. I don't
I
know.
think it's LA, or maybe it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's LA. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, Waymo might win. It's totally possible. But hey, that's longer than an hour, man. Let's call it there. Unless there's anything
Yeah,
you
we
want to
made
talk
it
about.
last too long. No, we should have ended at the mangoes, but then we kind of got interesting again. But now we're not interesting. I gotta go to work.
Yeah,
But
that'll work.
oh, I'm going to the Alien Bureau, Outsider Bureau, and hopefully, if everything goes right, I should be getting my residence card soon
Ooh,
on my path to German citizenship.
wow, what could happen?
Well, I got to keep your options open, right?
That's why I'm doing stuff in China, to be honest, to like keep my options open. But I don't know.
Yeah. Here's something interesting though. The trade war has completely disrupted ocean vessels.
Uh-huh.
So you might be learning something that's very abnormal.
I might be learning the hardest time to handle shipping logistics, and it might create some edges, right?
Yeah. But apparently there's this app made by this guy who's really smart that helps people import stuff. Forget
Ooh,
the name. It's a $1 billion company.
very cool. Keep an eye out.
I'll send you the name of it.
Yeah, send me the name. I'm learning the inside outs of international shipping logistics and international um, procurement a bit too. Um, Even at a micro level, but it's kind of fun. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I
Me
saw,
neither.
I saw, yeah, I didn't tell you about my China trip yet. We can talk about it next time if you want. I don't know.
Well, we can record another pod in 3 days.
Oh
Give
shit,
the
Thursday. You
give
really
the
want to do that? You
give the
want to do that?
listeners what they want.
You want to do that on
Yeah, free
Thursday?
time.
Okay, let's do a pod.
Turns out we
I'm
have
gonna.
a lot to talk about, even if we're just bullshitting.
Yeah, it's weird. Um, on the list is me doing a pod while I have Shisha with me because that's required one day because that's how the pod started. Where else? Dude, get to work. Unless you want me to help start running your presentation right now on the pod because we could do that.
No, no, don't need your help. That's the pod.